All right, let's talk about Levi Colwill. Levi Colwill played this weekend against Liverpool, and a lot of people have been talking about him, saying that he was superb. He delivered 100% in that game. He coordinated the defense. I remembered your speech concerning Levi Colwill. The same thing with Gift. You guys gave him that 100% accolades on this show, and the same thing goes to me too. I gave him an appreciation post, and a lot of people talked about Levi Colwill, and people were saying that he's the missing piece. First of all, the first question, was he really the missing piece? Number two, do you think the presence of Levi Colwill makes other defenders look good in Chelsea, most especially Wesley Fofana? And number three question, do you think, or which of these defenders out there that you think can work with Levi Colwill with Chelsea next season if you are to get a defender? So pick your question and your answer.
Let me answer the first question. You said if he's the missing piece at the Chelsea defense. I'll just go straight into it. I think he's the missing piece, or he was the missing piece, because watching Colwill that was Saturday, right? On Saturday, I realized something, and this is the thing we've been talking about. Just like we said that day, there was a reason why Maresca came out to the media and said Colwill is out. He knew there was something about Colwill that the other defenders at Chelsea, with much respect to them, they did not have. They did not have. Now, we watched that Liverpool game yesterday, Saturday, and I observed that those forward passes from the defense to the midfield to the attacking players was something that Chelsea did not really experience throughout the season. And it was one of the best build-up that always brings goals to Chelsea in the past season. And one player was excelling at that, which was Levi Colwill. Quite all right, Tosin used to have splitting passes, but at a point, Tosin could not do it again. Even Chalobah at some point, well, that brings me, sorry, I will just dive into the second question small, but not be the main answer. If you watch when the likes of Tosin and Chalobah was playing alongside Colwill, they were doing the same line breaking, splitting passes. Chalobah used to do it. Tosin used to do it. All of a sudden, Colwill is out. They were not doing it again. The Chelsea defenders will get the ball and they will resort to playing it back to the goalkeeper. But with Colwill, there was always this forward pass. And not just because he wanted to play a forward pass. He knew when he needed to pass it back to the goalkeeper, actually. Because as a defender too, you need to also guide your defense. He knew when to play it back. So I would say he was the missing piece, because with the composure and with the way he defended the ball, the area duels he won, the clearances. Oh, come on, man. There's one clearance he made. I think it was it Frimpong when I was running towards him. If that ball was not cleared, unless the goalkeeper saved the ball, if that ball was not cleared, that would have been a clear goal. These are the things that we were lacking as a defense at Chelsea. And no matter how you want to criticize our attacking options, if our defense, let's assume our defense was quite all right, we would have been in this position. Even though we know they score goals, but Chelsea don't go, they lose. Highest draw. Count 6 points out of the 6 losses we had. Count 6 points. Check where for table. That tells you that defense is important. Now, to answer the question of the second question of if he makes Fofana and makes other defenders good. Yes, but for me, I don't think as a player you need to rely on another player to make you good. Another player can improve you. You can learn from another player. But to say that without that player, you cannot perform or you can't perform in an elite manner, it's wrong. Why are you there? Why are you there? So I don't know if I've answered your question. Number one, Colwill, he was the missing piece at Chelsea. And number two, I think he makes other defenders better.
The third one?
The third one, the player that would fit Levi Colwill. For me, I would have said McGahey, but Chelsea missed out on that transfer. McGahey would have been the perfect option for Levi Colwill, but aside from him, which player would be? I don't know for now.
Will you take it off from that point?
Yes, let me start from the number 3 question. the truth is that when it comes to Chelsea, we have missed many opportunities. That's one thing we have to realize. We have missed many opportunities. Opportunities like buying good and excellent players. We have missed that several times, and that is part of the problem we are facing under this new ownership. There are some players that you really don't have to argue too much.
Yeah.
The question is, first of all, if you are buying a player and the player is giving you a certain price tag, yes, even though you have a wage rule or whatever this thing you are surrounding, keeping around yourself, whatever is tying your wages and the rest of the thing, the question is, does this player worth it? Now, if you are being able to answer that question, does the player worth it? If the answer is yes, then you pay him. Because excellence, when somebody gives you excellence, at least his value should be, you get, higher, not same. Now, like you not tell me that Mbappe going to Real Madrid, we aim the same thing with Rodrigo. How does it make sense? Or Mbappe going to Real Madrid is aiming the same thing with Eder Militao. We already know the class of Mbappe. Even though some players are underrated, but that class is undeniable. Exactly. Now that's it goes to Chelsea. Now you want to, because currently now, even though we want to sign a centre back that will pair with Colwill to match a certain level of intensity when it comes to our defense line. Meanwhile, we still have the likes of Chalobah there for a better rotation in the defense line. Don't go to give me, I'm not telling you to give me a young defender. I don't want Dean Houston again. The other time that we used to say, give us Dean Houston. Dean Houston don't go to Madrid. How many deliverances don't give them? He's trying. But talking about the experience, it is not there. He's still a young player. I think we just need a higher level of experience to create that balance in our defense. Example, we always run back to the Arsenal defense line. These are people that have played over the years. They have failed together and they have all learned together. So now the pairing together now gives them this high mentality that nothing will not go stop. And we see the level of intensity. Okay, even see the goal that they cancelled yesterday against West Ham. They cancelled yesterday against West Ham. The person will stop that ball from it. You know that ball, the ball entered, it passed the goal line, but somebody inside the post had to stop the ball. Those people are ready to die. So that level of intensity is what we are looking for. We are not looking for a Tosin-like or Badashi-like defender that when a ball is rolling, you'll be shaking your leg. Not shaking your leg. We see Gabriel several times throwing his leg to stop an attacker in the 18-yard box, and it's not penalty. Yeah. Accurate, clinical. So now you are not going to give me an inexperienced defender, just like the like of Gusto that does not even know how to throw his leg accurately in the 18-yard box to stop a ball, and then results in penalty. Give me experience. Thiago Silva, even though you want to work with age, thank God it's part of the resolution now. Even though you want to work with age, at least there should be a touch of experience in every of the position. So for me, I think I'm yet to do a scouting for the defense line of Chelsea to know the kind of defender that will fit our intensity. But for me, I would prefer we take a defender in either Inter Milan, Juventus, one of those clubs, Inter Milan. Give us a name. Nobody's coming to my mind now. But I'll see my scouting for the defense line. Yeah, I'll do the scouting for the defense line. Then talking about Colwill making other defenders better. We saw this in last season. At some point, we know that Chelsea was shaking, and there was this high level of rotation amongst Colwill, Chalobah, Tosin. There are three were the regular defenders as of last season. Fofana was not too active like that, yes, because of the injury. And we saw the stability when it gets to Colwill and Chalobah. We do see this high level of stability between these two defenders. Most times it will be as if Chalobah is the one making Colwill look good. Most times it will be as if Colwill is the one making Chalobah look good. But for the fact that there is this stability, you cannot tell me that Colwill will be playing with Tosin in that game on Saturday and you'll be expecting that kind of performance in the defense line. No. Because to some points, Tosin might not match the intensity, the understanding rates with Colwill. But the likes of Fofana, which are more better, and also the likes of Chalobah, which are more better, can commodulate it. So for me, I think that Kobe makes them better in the sense Kobe is a left footer and a complete left footer. He knows how to push with the ball. He knows how to fall back when it's necessary. For me, I did not feel that even Fofana did not do much. Fofana did not do much against the Liverpool match. He did not do much. Kobe was already there because most times you see Fofana overlapping, and when you turn to the back, you just see the big man standing with his two legs open, and you'll be like, Kobe is here. There's no need to fear. You get. So I think Kobe coming back is going to be a big plus to the team. All we just have to pray is this guy should be in his 100% of form. We saw him leaping during the Liverpool game. We pray that it does not turn out to be anything big because I think he's one of our excellent players and he will do well with Chelsea.
All right, that was a good one. But if I'm to pick one player that I wish he could come to Chelsea or Chelsea could look towards his direction, a Premier League player for that matter, I should be looking at Murillo of Nottingham Forest. That guy is something else. See, forget about the current form of Nottingham Forest. You can't take away his class. He will not cover up everywhere for you, but when something is inside of you, it's inside of you.
But
Murillo is aggressive.
I don't think you can pair them together.
That's
because they are two LCB.
That's my doubt. Murillo is actually an aggressive defender, and he's also willing to die for his team.
Yeah.
I've seen it severally. I've seen some kind of crazy man tackles from Murillo. But the question is, can he pair with Kobe? I'm not seeing that possibility.
Yeah.
If you talk about players that can pair with Kobe, now the player that comes to my mind sometimes is even the likes of Romero.
I mean, I even see more of Senesi of Bournemouth.
Or Van der Ven, either of these players. But like we said, it was scouts.
Yeah.
But Murillo is also a bad option. If he's a versatile player, I think they can also still go well. But it's a good option.
All right. Let's break out a little. Do you think the officiating of the game between West Ham and Arsenal, let's say the officiating this season so far, have favored Arsenal in one way or the other? Most especially when we saw what happened between them and West Ham this Sunday, yesterday.
Okay, first of all, that foul, that incident in that yesterday game, for me, in my own perspective, it was a foul because there's no way you play a set piece, and of course you have to give the goalkeeper his own space. I'm not saying you should allow him complete space, but when you trespass in terms of stopping the goalkeeper or you touch his hand or that makes him not being able to get the ball or to save the ball, that is an absolute foul. And this is I just want to clear that. But if you tell me or if you ask me, I'll tell you one thing, that the officiating this season has favored Arsenal, because the same thing I'm talking about now, Arsenal has done it so much and they've scored a lot of goals from that same incident. There are so many examples. If you look at even the first game Arsenal had with Manchester United from the beginning of this season, that was the same way they scored what's his name, Lamens. I've been at Bayandi, I don't know either of the goalkeepers. And it was given for a goal. Look at the game between Chelsea and Arsenal. Look at what happened when Hato was being stopped by Declan Rice. It was not even checked. Look at the one we get with Pedro. It was not checked. So if you ask me, yes, the officiating has favored Arsenal, but it's not something to cry about, because at the end of the day, nothing will be done about it. If Arsenal will win the league, they will still win the league. But it is something that has to be put out there so that Premier League can improve. Of course, I know that if they have an agenda for somebody to win that league, they will do everything they can. It's not like they're not seeing all these things. They've seen it this season, and they all decided to favor Arsenal. Because for that West Ham player to do that thing, he has seen that, Arsenal, they do am, and they get away with them. So make I try my own luck, do am. Make I see whether they could cancel am. No player is stupid to just stop the goalkeeper's hand in a set piece. It doesn't work. It doesn't happen. But because he has seen that this is what happens, and Arsenal has gotten away with it. That is why he tried his own luck. That's how I see it from me.
Did they really stop Raya's hand? Nobody stopped Raya's hand, because see, yesterday, this was my own. This is how I knew that Arsenal won that match. The match was won when they scored the goal. I was not watching the match. I was going out, and in the keke, I say, 1-1, they don't score Arsenal. Jubilation. So when I got back, met an Arsenal fan. After waiting on a play, now they laugh. To my greatest surprise, and Hinconton they laughed me. Say we win 1-0. I was like, how? So I had to go back, and I was watching that replay back to back. How is this? For me, I felt that the West Ham keeper, literally, if he was to commit anybody, that was supposed to be Gabriel, and Gabriel was below. Gabriel was down. They are all contesting for the ball. Raya is not in his post. Raya is not in his post line. Raya was also out contesting for the ball. Everybody were up together. So tell me how that was a foul.
When you stick your hands, like, can you describe the scenario between that player and Raya? That's what I want you to now to describe. Because
I would I think we have it here now.
Now another question is for us to answer is, where was the direction of the ball coming to? Where was the direction of the ball coming to? If the ball was coming to the goalkeeper, obviously. If that goalkeeper had touched
I don't believe that. Me, I don't believe anything anybody has to say. I don't believe that.
We are seeing some.
See now, how is this? Jeez, how is this thing? Is it the Western player that had Raya? What's the problem? Is it the Western player that had Raya?
You can see that red circle. Look at.
Okay. Fine. Let's just assume that there was an obstruction between the player and Raya. But what about the Declan Rice clinching on Western player to go for the ball?
That's another question. Did the ball get to that place? Where was the line of action? Where was the ball coming to? That is a very, very serious contemplation. You are also looking at set piece.
Let me put this question to all the Arsenal fans. I'm not saying this out of hatred, but let's be plain. Let's look at the reality of this thing. Arsenal has had more goals with set pieces this season. Now, do you agree with me that most of your set pieces that you score, you foul your opponent's players? Do they agree to that? Because certainly, I have seen Arsenal how they play their corner kick. They will have to press the other keeper. Either they are pressing the keeper inside the post, or they are dragging somebody down, and Gabriel is coming from nowhere to knock the ball into the net. That is how it works for them. And why is this now looking different? How many times have Arsenal committed penalty offense and it's not given to them? So why is this now coming to change the whole narrative? Okay, Arsenal is the only person to consider to win the league, but West Ham is not to be considered to go to relegation. It means that England is also pushing for West Ham to go to relegation. It's very clear that everything is being rubbed in favor of Arsenal and against West Ham.
All right, let us not emphasize much before we stress our head over.
I'm not going to cry over it, but that's happened.
I know that whatever a man said.
They go for your football. But just imagine, after everything, Arsenal loses out on the Premier League, loses out on the UCL. After all these things that is happening, but they say that staff fans are even planning the parade. They've started. That was our last time they went and started preparing for parade. This thing, that material now. I wonder whether they don't sell a second hand for all this aboki there. But
Arsenal, for me, I would just advise them: be careful. One mistake from you. You see the way Man City you score Brentford. Even when I believe say they go score 3. When I believe say Man City no go score 3, you shock now. That's why they go play go. Okay, go over. Let's see. Be very careful. If I were you, Man City already having one match outstanding. If they play it, you guys will be topping with 3 points. 3 points or 2 points. No, it will be 3 or 2 points. 2 or 3 points. 2 points. Yeah, it will be 2 points. So now topping with 2 points. God help you. God help you that Burnley or Crystal Palace then upsets you.